We're back.
We're back.
We're back now. Another episode
Yeah.
of we don't know what this is called yet.
I think that's what it's called.
That's what it's going to be called. We have Tabus as a guest with us.
Yeah. Got,
This is Danny. I'm Anthony Saman. And we are now... We've gotten into the round of 32.
Yeah.
And there's been a few good games.
Yes.
There have been 2 penalty shootouts.
Yes.
And apparently, 10 out of 22 of the penalty shots have been missed. Is there any reason for that? Or is it just...
Missed or saved?
not scored?
Oh. Because I was watching highlights of one of them and I was surprised how many people missed the target. That's why there's quite a few people just hit it. The goalkeeper didn't even save it.
The one that stood out for me, just the save, was Bono, the Moroccan goalkeeper.
Yeah.
When Somerville shot it,
Yeah.
he walked to the side and caught it with one hand, and I was like, this is a bad penalty.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you saying is there something to do? I have no idea. Just nerves? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not really sure if there's anything to put behind it.
Did you watch Brazil versus Japan?
Yes, I did, yeah.
And what did you make of that?
At first glance, I thought Japan were unlucky. I thought that they had a good strategy and they were actually going for Brazil maybe in the first 20 minutes. But once the game was over and you look at the stats, I think Brazil probably just deserved to win that match. Initially, I thought a draw would have been a fair result, but yeah, it's hard to lose a game in the 95th minute, last kick of the game, but I think it was a fair result.
Yeah, I think there was one thing that Ancelotti did, which was at halftime, I felt the first half Japan were dominating. It looked like it. They were running a lot more. Casemiro got his usual yellow card, which meant that normally he should take him off.
Yeah.
He didn't take him off.
Yeah,
he kept him on.
Yeah.
He scored. He got man of the match.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's an Ancelotti move.
It was a risk. It was a good risk to keep him on.
Yeah.
And as you said, he had a good game. He scored the equalizer. But yeah, I think Brazil just edged it over 90 minutes. And I think even if it went into extra time, I still think Brazil probably would have won it. So they were coming stronger into the game, as you said. Maybe Japan started well, but Brazil came along stronger. So your
dark horses. A lot of people have asked me about your dark horses. Ecuador.
Who was my dark horse last week when we had this episode? Because I did say, because last week they were playing Germany and we thought they were going to lose that match and they were going to go out. So you said, who would your dark horses be then?
And you said,
yes, I remember.
USA.
I said USA, Mexico and Norway as the new dark horses. Ecuador, first of all, disappointed me. I think they did okay to turn around the German game and win that match 2-1 from 1-0 down. But they've come up against Mexico, who have this ridiculous home record, and I fear anyone who's going to play them next.
Which, if England win today against Congo, will be England.
Exactly.
And you pointed out something about Mexico's stadium.
Yeah.
Which is?
It's high altitudes.
Yeah.
So at high altitudes, I think that there's a lack of oxygen.
Yeah, I know that it's Bolivia as well.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that Mexico had that as
they
well.
They have the same setup. I don't know if I read it somewhere where it was something like 2 losses in the last 80 odd matches
at home.
Yeah. And I think those losses may have been to Brazil and Argentina, which not.
I saw a stat which said that Mexico. This is the second time Mexico are hosts of World Cup. They've never lost a game at home. So they were in a World Cup match. At the Azteca Stadium.
Oh right.
Yeah. So they've won 8, drawn 2, lost 0.
Right.
And that's where they're playing their next few games.
Yeah, basically you don't want to come up against them at that stadium because they're doing really well there. So
we also saw another sending off with Ecuador. I don't know if you realized.
I didn't.
He did the same thing, like covering his mouth thing.
Yeah.
And he covered his mouth. He said something, and all the players ran to the ref immediately. He probably didn't say anything bad.
Yeah.
But the fact that now it's become a thing,
Yeah.
people are going to get players sent off for this World Cup. At least.
But that's why I didn't agree with it
Yeah.
in the first time, because to your point, he probably didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah.
So if that was in the 90th minute, what if that was in the 5th minute?
Yeah.
The game is over in the 5th minute, and that's why I don't agree with it. It's dictating a whole match where if you want to penalise someone, just do it outside of the game.
Yeah. Norway versus Ivory Coast.
I missed that match.
Okay.
I know that they won 2-1. I think when I looked at the stats, it looked like they probably deserved to win it.
I saw the highlights.
Yeah.
I think Ivory Coast had a few good chances.
Yeah.
Ahmad looked great.
Yeah.
Scored an amazing goal.
Yeah.
But Haaland got another tap in.
Yeah.
Haaland's on fire.
Yeah.
And now the real question is, they're playing Brazil next.
Yes.
Apparently, Norway have played Brazil 4 times before, and Brazil have never beaten them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's a stat where I was like, this is...
Okay.
And this is interesting, and given that Brazil haven't looked amazing,
Yeah.
could there be a shock to one of your...
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I think that would be a tough game. I could see it go either way. But if you're only relying on a combination of Haaland and, say, Odegaard, who are probably their best 2 players, then you'd still think Brazil will have enough to win that match.
Germany lost to Paraguay on penalties.
Yeah.
And I know that obviously all German fans will be disappointed with that, but it's an improvement on the past 2 World Cups because they've gotten knocked out in the group stages of the past 2 World Cups.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So I don't know if you saw that game,
Yeah.
but I wanted to know what were your thoughts on Germany's team?
I think I made a comment about the German team. I was surprised at how poor they were. They did. I didn't see anyone in that team that would frighten me if I was a player. You know, no one stood out as. Most teams have this one player. You know, whether it's England and Harry Kane or France and Mbappe or Argentina and Messi. I didn't feel like Germany had that player that would, scare any team. So I wasn't surprised with them going out. Not really sure where they're going to go from here, to be honest with you.
Well, I think when you have players like Kai Havertz, Wirtz, Sané, all these guys, as you said, none of them are intimidating players.
No.
Like you don't look at that and say that's going to be dangerous for us. So Paraguay's defense looked amazing.
Yeah,
they were throwing their bodies on everything. There was a very contentious decision.
Oh, the goal at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And I thought that was 100% a goal in my opinion, because all season long in the Premier League we saw it with Arsenal.
Yeah.
So it was never a problem there.
Yeah,
and
no, I think I agree with that. I think they probably got robbed in that one. I forgot about that. And I've just remembered, actually, Germany do have an up-and-coming young star who plays for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Karl.
What's his name?
Karl,
yeah. And I know he was injured, so he could be a future one to look out for.
Yeah.
So.
Morocco beat the Netherlands on penalties.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Again, I missed the game. I saw the stats, and it looked like Morocco dominated on all fronts. Possession, shots on target. It looked like they deserved to win it. And we've been saying it from the beginning. We're not calling them dark horses, but they keep going.
And there was that guy who did this AI calculator thing where he said the Netherlands were going to win the World Cup. I don't know if you remember that. There was a guy who basically came out and said he's predicted the last 3 World Cup winners on the dot through some, I don't know what he's done.
Yeah.
And he went all out in saying that the Netherlands were going to win this one, and he failed with that.
I could have told him he was wrong from the beginning.
But there was Verbruggen, the goalkeeper who's with Brighton, made what I think is the best save of the tournament so far. It was a one-on-one.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
And the guy was clean through. I saw that.
And it was Saibari as well.
Yes.
I think it was Saibari.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Holland are the team with the most Premier League players in the starting 11.
Yeah.
Does that have an impact that they've played more minutes than most?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I mean, grueling season, most matches, most fatigue. But I don't think we ever thought they were going to win the World Cup. So they've just come up against a more physical team, and probably Morocco deserved to win that match. So.
There's not much to say about South Africa against Canada. That was for me that was a very boring game.
I think this is what we get when we have the extended version. We've got 2 teams that shouldn't have qualified and did qualify and found themselves in a knockout game, which was really poor.
The only good thing I would say that came out of this was that 9 out of the 10 African nations
Yeah.
qualified to the last 32,
Yeah,
which is the first
yeah.
time. So at least that's a positive.
Yeah, I was happy with that as well. But again, half of those teams would not have qualified if it wasn't an extended version. So.
And finally, France versus Sweden yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm raving about this. I can't get over this.
I went to bed at halftime because I just saw. I thought France were too good in the first half. You're going to tell me that they were even better in the second half.
Yeah.
There was, the minute Mbappe scored that first goal, and it was a great first goal, I just thought this is over. So I didn't continue. But you can tell me.
So I've read that France are the first team ever to score 3 or more goals in 5 consecutive World Cup matches, which is one really important stat. Another thing, so I mentioned this to you earlier. When I was watching France yesterday, it reminded me of the Monstars from Space Jam.
Yeah.
You just, if it's not Olise, it's Barcola. If it's not Barcola, it's Mbappe. If it's not Mbappe, it's Dembele, who's the Ballon d'Or winner. If it's not him, on the bench you've got Doué. If it's not him, it's Cherki.
Yeah.
Like, their team is stacked and they look so good, and it's really entertaining to watch them. They remind me, as I said, of peak Brazil.
Yeah.
2002 Brazil.
Yeah. I'm still going to say Spain are going to win it. And the reason I'm going to say that is because France are stacked with a lot of attacking talent. They're not stacked with a very strong midfield. And I think that's where they're going to lose it.
I disagree, because I think Tchouaméni is quality and I think Rabiot is quality, and they have Kante who's there, and they have Kone, the guy from what's his name, from Roma.
Yeah.
They have Emery Zaire from PSG. Like, they have so many players.
Look, they are building great momentum, and they should get to the final, although the Morocco game will be tough. The one thing I will remind you is in their first game against Senegal in the first half, that midfield got found out, and they probably should have been losing 2-0 in that first half against Senegal. But they've won it. They've built momentum. They should get to the final, and it'll just come down to one match at the end. I still think that a team who likes possession, like Spain, could beat them. And that's why I'm going to stick with Spain as my overall winner.
And finally, we've got England playing in an hour or so. Any thoughts?
I think a tough game against Congo, DR Congo. I can see England winning 2-1, either in 90 minutes or with extra time. It won't be easy. Like, there are no easy games in the World Cup, except for those smaller teams that have managed to qualify for the World Cup and then somehow even come out of the group stages by not winning a match, like Cape Verde, for example. I think Congo are a much better team, quite a few Premier League players. It won't be easy, but I can see England just winning by 1 goal.
I hope Tuchel lets them run riot, because I feel he's holding them back, or it's either that or the players themselves, when they're playing against weaker opposition, don't raise their game, because against Croatia they looked amazing. I wouldn't call it weaker opposition. I would just call it a low block. So any team that comes and sits with a lot of defenders, any team is going to find that hard. I mean, even Spain found it hard against Cape Verde. Was it Cape Verde? Any team that comes and defends with 11 players, it's very hard to break down. England are notoriously not good at breaking teams like that down. But we've got players, like Eze, maybe even Saka, who hasn't really started much, who have that ability. So, and basically, an early goal is what is required to open up the game. But if not, it'll be a tight game, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching again.
Thank you.
Give us feedback, comments, all that stuff. Subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Maybe
Take care.
there'll be new surprises next week.